Okay, here goes the first real video. Welcome to my channel, Precious Metals Noob. This video covers how I first became interested in precious metals. First off, who am I? I'm a guy, I have a wife, we have some kids, I go to work during the day, and I come home at night and spend time with my family. That's not everything, but that's probably 90% of what anybody outside my family would say about me. I don't think anyone would say my life is particularly exciting, but I'm very thankful for what I have. Now, one thing I've learned about kids is that they bring new stuff, new ideas and interests into your home. One example is my son. He's old enough to have a cell phone, and about a year and a half ago, he showed me this game that he enjoys. You acquire land within the game. Based on your gameplay and the many ads served to you during the game, you get paid real money. Now don't get excited, it's very little money, at best approaching $1 a day, and much less if you aren't in the game at least a bit on the daily. Still, he enjoyed it, and I started playing the game with him. Around April of 2023, I was reading posts on the game's subreddit, and other players were sharing what they did with their payouts, however modest, from the game. One player mentioned using the funds towards stacking precious metals. This is really interesting to me. The idea of buying and physically holding precious metals pops up with some regularity around YouTube, but I hadn't given it much thought personally. After reading the post, however, the idea of doing some stacking really resonated with me. My first reaction was, I could do this with my son. I'm talking really small time, like 1 or 2 silver rounds a month. That would be a nice father-son thing, learn about investing and saving together. He initially acted interested, but he really wasn't, and the idea went nowhere. I was a bit stuck because I really liked the idea, but it did not make sense for me to buy a single silver round per month. The crux of the problem is I don't have an allowance in our household budget. The money from my work pretty much keeps our household operating. Yes, there's some wiggle room, but it felt a bit impulsive to fund my new hobby out of the household budget, operating budget. Now, all this was happening at the start of the summer. My job can be very cyclical. I was headed into a downturn, and I had more free time to think about my financial quandary. Early in the summer, I came across different websites that allow you to take online surveys to get money. With a little effort, I could generate a small amount of income on these often ridiculous surveys about everything from new bug sprays to the best scent for a fabric softener. In less than a month, I could clear well north of $100 for quick bullion purchases without trying too hard. I know that $100 is small potatoes, but it was enough to get things moving. I settled into a bit of a routine while learning some of the finer points of what to stack and what not to stack by watching different YouTube channels. A new problem appeared as the summer transitioned to fall. My real-world workload started cranking up again. My time for online surveys shrank, and my funds dwindled below what I needed, or at least below what I wanted. I'd been hooked hard enough that I didn't want to drop my new stacking habit, but I did have a cash flow problem. Well, I eventually decided to do the mature thing. I quit trying to supplement my income with a very inefficient means of making small amounts of money and talked to my wife about me getting an allowance for bullion purchases. Of course, this request was made easier since my wife has her own addiction, horseback riding. So that's the story. That's how I got on the path of being a stacker, and that's where things stand now, mostly with modest monthly purchases. Without a doubt, I am a small-time stacker. I think about making purchases a whole lot more than I actually buy anything. For me, it's a hobby at this stage. I do like the idea that my hobby builds value over time instead of just irreversibly burning cash. All right, that's my story. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. Please share why you stack in the comments section. If you can, leave a like or subscribe to see new videos as they are posted. Take care.